guys and gals. I'm just taking the scenic route over to the bank. I need to get a little cash. A little cash. It'll be a little with a capital L. It'll be a little bit, because that's all I got is a little bit. A little bit, a little bit. I haven't been down this road in a few days. I can't imagine what it sounds like in these houses when this train comes through here. Although we lived on the train track when I was growing up. Of course, I was a kid. I don't remember. I remember hearing the whistle blow a lot, but that's about it. Oh, Lordy, they working on the road. Why'd they come this way? They stripping up the asphalt. They must be gonna redo the road. Lord, be with me here. Be with me, be with me. Well, we won't come back this way. We'll go another. Y'all know another way. This side of the road looks good. Maybe they've already done this side. I hadn't been out here in a while. Maybe they're just cleaning up that side. A lot of traffic out here. Oh, y'all, I smell onion. Really strong. Somebody's cooking. Big old Santa. So y'all been doing okay? Y'all leave me a comment below and tell me how y'all been doing. Y'all hear Nugget in the back? That's what I get for letting them go with me. Looks like they redid that road to the right. They've been doing a lot of roads around here this summer. It needed it. Everyone they've done, I'm glad they did it. But I know they got a lot of money. I don't know if it was from the state or what, to redo a bunch of stuff here in this town. So are they building them new sidewalks and all that stuff? It was a lot, like millions of dollars. So I don't understand how they can come up with money like that and can't come up with money for seniors and veterans and, you know, people that really need stuff. Understand it. Of course, I don't know what all Mr. Trump, Elon Musk does with their money, but you know, if I had that kind of money, y'all, just because the way I am, I could name off right now so many people I know that literally, I mean, they work hard and they need help. I would find people that needed help and help them. I really would. I've always said that. I told that to my preacher, God, 20-something years ago. We were making jokes about winning the lottery, and I'd tell him when I win the lottery that I don't play the lottery, and he knew it. I tell him, when I win that lottery, this is what I'm going to do. But I would. I would do it. Okay. Alrighty. We got that done. Now we can go home. We can go home, Nugget Henson. You ready to go home? You've been a good weenie dog today. Really being good. Nugget's being good. Yeah, I do believe they've resurfaced this highway since I've been over here. I hadn't been out this way in a while. Uh-oh, they opened the gates. They opened them gates. They let these cattle out. It's a stampede. It's a buffalo stampede. Nugget, you want to chase buffalo? Y'all, we supposed to get some rain here. Here in a little bit, I reckon. Y'all know what I reckon means. Oh gosh, I was gonna get over and this car just zoomed around. And here comes another one flying like a, I want to turn right there. Doggone it. Get on this road before we can go home. Speed bumps. They had to do that because people flying down through here going over to this other road. Kids play ball and stuff, ride their bicycles. Little piece of property for sale. Policemen, I guess they all out patrolling. I've seen several today. Didn't want to come this way either because they do construction up here on the loop. But maybe it'll be all right. That corridor 69, I'm gonna tell you, they've been working on that over here 20-something years. I don't think they ever gonna ever get it finished. And they still gotta put a whole new flyover north of town. That's what they've been working on over here. Trying to get people speeding in the construction zone. I heard he's been working this pretty I'm gonna get off that loop and go the back road. I'm gonna go the oil road right up here. I surely am. Y'all know I like these back roads. I hadn't been through this way in a while. That truck had an out-of-state license plate, but I couldn't see what it was. I couldn't read the Florida, I think. But don't quote me on that. Yeah, I hadn't been through here in some months. Y'all, when it was hot, I just didn't want to get out and do anything. And it's humid today, but that ain't gonna last long. Another little cold front's coming. So that's East Texas life. Little magnolia tree blooming. Did I tell y'all about finding them trees up on my road that somebody tried to steal from the nursery? I can't remember if I've told that in another video. When I was walking last week, and I didn't notice them when I walked by. When I came back, Brinley was kind of pulling me over that way, and it was a deeper part of the ditch, and the weeds had kind of grew up, and they just kind of blended in. So I don't know if somebody put them there on purpose, is what it looked like to me. I'm thinking, this is what I went down to Mr. Cook's anyway and got him. We took the golf cart up there, and to me, it looked like somebody might have been taking them and a car was coming, and they threw them off in that ditch and probably was going to go back and get them and sell them. They were about $100 a piece. But they was, pretty, wasn't the biggest pots he had up there, but pretty good sized pots. I don't know how many gallons it was, but I could see where toting them would be hard. Even from the distance from the nursery to where they were. But the next house right up there, and I'm not being ugly, but I told Mr. Cook, I said, that man got out of prison again not long ago. And that's what he's been in prison for, is drugs and stealing, and a lot of people that hang out up there, that's what they've been in prison for. And so, I try to know who my neighbors are. And I even caught him stealing. Some of y'all will remember there was a resale shop in town, and they run on donations, and all their money went to help the kids in town buy uniforms, and kids that were placed in a home until they could be adopted or whatever, until their parents straightened up or whatever, was going on. That's what all the money from that place went for. And he was doing community service at this place. And I'd see the truck go by, and it'd have the logo on it. And it'd go up to his house, and it'd come back empty. And I called him and told him, I said, no, I don't know. That truck goes up there, 15 minutes later, it comes by, and it's empty. I believe he's stealing your stuff. Because he was going out, they would go out and pick up, at houses, and take the stuff down there. And sure enough, they watched him, and I guess on a day that he would have several loads he was supposed to pick up and bring back to them, he was taking it up there. And I told her, I said, you can go up there. They got a bunch of tables out in their yard. They have a yard sale all the time, his girlfriend or whatever. I said, she's always having a yard sale. And I think they're selling the stuff that he's picking up. And anyway, anyway, she called him, but the lady that run that, she's retired from that and moved out of town with her son. But yeah, he was stealing. So I'm glad I called him. I watched that for months. I told her, I'm so sorry I didn't call sooner. But I watched it for months, and I'm like, well, maybe it's stuff, because periodically these places clean stuff out that don't sell. I said, maybe they're giving it to him. And I even told her that. I said, maybe you're giving him this stuff. And she said, no. But I had gone down there and volunteered several times. And so that's how I knew this lady. And she would, my cousin, he even took one of his cattle trailers. And like when the hurricanes would come in on the coast, they would load them trailers and take all that stuff down there. And, they would give her a building to set up in. And she would give clothes and things, to people that lost their stuff. So when she was gone down on the coast, she would need extra help in the store because it's all volunteers. So me and several of my friends have gone down there and unbag, and look over, go through the clothes and make sure. She even had, the bags where they sent them over seas. And we would go through and sort those clothes. And if they stayed in the store, it just like a retail shop, a retail store, you hung it up in the proper, area and, fixed it. So we was going through all her stuff since she was gone. We was going through all the stuff and keeping the store going here for her, but it's just sad, just like the food pantries. It's just sad the way people act. I would just wish they wouldn't do that. But anyway, thanks for riding with me. Y'all be blessed. Know you're loved. Jesus loves you more. And we'll see y'all on the next adventure. Leave me some comments. Thumbs up. My hours are coming back up. Play the playlist. Thank y'all so much.